Hopefully, hopefully this mic works. All right. Hey, what's goody? Lewis over here at Martial Artistry. I am your host here at Leadership Lounge. I hope everyone is having a great day. Give me just a couple seconds to get my other phone set up. I'm running a little late. My apologies. Yeah, I had to switch up the office, fix my glasses, reset up my office. So just bear with me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me get my phone situated so I can see y'all. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. I am your host, Lewis Marshall. I'm the airbrush artist and digital creator over here at Martial Artistry. I am also the host here at Leadership Lounge. This is the show where we talk all things content creation, AI, image generation, now text to video. We talk about prompt engineering, etc. So I am just going to drop some links in the chat right quick for everybody. Let me know where you are watching from today if you're just popping in. And we are going to go through a couple of art styles that I got pegged out for you guys as we're going into the Halloween push. I am really excited. I got a chance to kind of play around with some designs over this weekend and really liked the most recent set that I did with the skeleton man holding the jack-o'-lantern. That set really turned out great, and using Kling is getting easier. I have really been working on another new prompt framework, another way to prompt video by using text. So that is pretty much what I've been working on. I did finish up an airbrush commission and I got started on another new Kling prompt pack. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already, definitely check out the new prompt section over at martialartistry.com. We have a bunch of new packs that may not have seen, but haven't gotten talked about. So I wanted to take an opportunity today to remind you, take a look at those new prompt packs. There are two versions. There's one for text to image and then one for text to video. As a reminder, if you make those adjustments to the prompts, you can reuse those a lot of times. Just making subtle changes. One of the suggestions that I would make is making changes by using permutation prompts in Midjourney. One of the things that I've done recently is take one of those prompts from prompt packs and add in a permutation that it talks about different lighting. So I'll use 4 different lighting settings within that one prompt pack, and it'll give me a set of 16 different sets of images. So something that might be really helpful for you as creating for this upcoming holiday. Let me check the comments right quick and see if I've got anything. If not, just want to revisit. Let me check one more thing because I want to make sure that we are live on a YouTube channel also. We've got multi-streaming going on today, and I want to make sure that everything is running smoothly because I'm trying to do a watch party at the same time, but I gotta make sure that that is connected. So give me just a second. Let me tell you, multi-streaming is challenging. That is one of the things that I have been okay, and it didn't go through. All right, bear with me. Give me 2 seconds. Working it out in real time. Again, like I mentioned, I was running late today because I had to reset up my shop. I had my glasses break last week, so I had the yes, log me in. Why? Yeah, this is great. I had my glasses break on me while I was working on the last airbrush commission that I did last week. So I had those sitting on my desk here. I had tried to set up my camera on the tripod and stream the camera to my computer, which didn't work for whatever reason. And just, yeah, it's been a challenge. I'm not even gonna lie. It says it's 5. Why is it not? I do want to add in, I know at the beginning of the process, I was using StreamYard, and I have found that they are really, really good about saving everything for me in a nice, clean fashion. So it's been easier for me to get back to where I need to get to on my streams. All right. So, all right. We're going to retest that at some point during the week. I'm not going to worry about it. So, this week, like I said, a couple of art styles. Let me make sure I didn't just turn that off. A couple of art styles that I was using this week to dial in some of the images that I was going to use in Kling. And I want to go through that process because I know that we've seen a lot of AI video, text to video results in the feed. I just want to kind of touch on my process or how I've been doing that so that it might help somebody else going forward who rewatches this feed at a later point in time. So most of my artwork that I do is going to be done in Midjourney. So I am developing a prompt, figuring that prompt out from start to finish in Midjourney. I'll add permutations in so that I can find a couple of different versions of the main subject that I want, maybe standing in different positions, different areas in a room so that I can begin to create in my head a scene. So from there, what I'm really focusing on is getting a really good, high quality result of the main character facing whatever way I want them facing. So if it's them facing straight on, it's because I want them to be walking towards the camera in said text to video in Kling. If I have them turned a certain way, one quarter or 3/4, what I'm planning to do is have the camera pan around that main subject, and I'll do that by prompting it in Kling. If I have them facing away from the camera, it's that I'm going to have over the shoulder type shot where I'm either zooming past the person or pulling back from the person, exposing the full scene. So my mid-journey creation is really pivotal in the process because it's going to direct me on, it's going to make the process easier for me to make that subject move in the way I want it to move process. But getting that base image is really key for me personally. From there, I will take that image. Give me 2 seconds. I'll take that image and I'll go over to ChatGPT. Sorry. I'll go over to ChatGPT and kind of take it. I have a couple of trained chats. So one is going to help me dial in the prompt for the next step in the process. And one is giving me ideas on design standpoint. What can I do to change this scene and make it more fluid with the already editorial idea of what I have the full scene looking like? So it's really my director agent, but I haven't named it yet, but I've been training it to help me through. I want to build a scene and I need you to look at it through this lens from a production standpoint. And this is the image. What are some ways that I can add this into what I've already been working on? And I'll give it an example. So I have a set of images that are specific to tech or space, outer space. And what I'm doing is building a scene for a maybe 3 to 5 minute video. And that scene is going to be built on a bunch of different images, bunch of characters doing a number of different things. So I need a lot of B-roll video to build that scene out, but I haven't pieced my timeline together. So what I'm doing is, hey, I like this character. Hey, this is how I could add this and incorporate this into the overall story. So I'm creating those images in Midjourney with that as the goal in mind. It's not just, hey, I'm building or creating whatever in Midjourney. So in going through that process, I'm using a lot of permutation prompts. And we talked about that several weeks ago. And what that is putting inside of curly brackets up to four uh, different things, different subjects, different lighting settings, different art styles. You could go man, woman, dog, cat. You could put any four things in there that are along the same lines, and it's going to give you a tailored result. So what I have done this week is I did some in deconstructivism. I did some in dark synth. I did some in dystopian, and then I did some in Lovecraftian. So those are the four art styles or aesthetics that I put in my curly brackets so that when I run that one prompt, it's going to ask you, hey, do you want to run this many images or this many prompts? And I'll say yes in Midjourney, and it'll run 16 prompts or 16 sets of 4 images. So that gives me a lot to work with from a image standpoint. And it gives me enough to where I can actually pick and choose. Hey, I like this subject. I don't really like this one. Hey, I'm not going to use this one, whatever that looks like for you. And what I do from there is I'll take the characters that I really want to develop and I'll use them as a character reference so that I can begin to put them in different types of scenes within the same scope, if you will. So this week I did that with, oh, I see you Rise on. What's good, bro? I can't
Hey,
hear
what's
you. I got
happening?
no audio on this one.
I feel
Yeah,
good.
it was gray and cloudy there.
Yeah.
I can hear you on that phone that's recording. I can't hear you on my other phone. It's all good.
We all good.
I can see you though.
Trying
I
to
see
find
we
a
got some
spot.
folks in the house. I was just cooking over here. I looked down. I'm like, oh, Uriah's here.
I'm always having technical difficulties.
Hey, it's okay. I ran late today. I had to like rebuild all this back here, put the rest of my shop away. I had to fix my glasses. It's just, yeah, you know,
You, you said it's windy. Look, it'll knock down the whole sensor.
dang, that's wild.
Granted, they was only up by zip ties, but
Yeah. Well, I guess they're gonna get in now. Ain't no use in having that fence up.
right.
Yo, I gotta say, yo, the video you sent me this morning was fire, bro. Like your edits are on point. I can't wait for the feed to see that. Fire.
Uh, yeah, I think the one with the video tips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
I just posted it.
That's what's up. Yeah, I've been seeing it a lot, though, that style that you're doing on my business page. I haven't seen it as much on my personal page just because I've been posting and going, schedule out, post and go. So I haven't spent a lot of time scrolling the feed, but I like that.
Well,
They're super clean.
it's usually just post. I'm usually just posting it on my business page. So that's probably why you see it on your business page. Because
Uh-huh.
that's the only reason. That's the only thing that they're allowing it to show.
Uh,
Because I don't even see it on my personal page. Like my own
right.
business page doesn't pop up on my personal page.
Isn't that wild?
So reshare it and post it. For like those productions, I think I'm gonna have those live on the business page and
Uh-huh.
and have the images live on my personal page.
Yeah, because I really
Like
like
so,
it's helpful. I ain't gonna front. Like the way you structured it is really helpful. So anybody who's
thanks.
watching the feed, if you're not already following, go follow Profit Productions on Facebook. Make sure to give them a follow.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course, man. I will also tether in there. Make sure to follow the Martial Artistry business page as well. I know that I'm typically on my personal page, which is where I stream from, but I am also posting content, and Jen is starting to post content over on the business page, the Martial Artistry page. Bro, when I tell you, hey, she started making images and video too. Yeah, we got
Yep.
another one. We got another one coming.
Uh-oh. I'm getting dangerous over there.
Yep. It's coming together. So yeah, definitely follow both of those pages. I know both you, Ryan, and I are really trying to do our part to share this information in real time. I did a lot of content yesterday and scheduled mostly out this upcoming week. I know the subscribers hub. I got some content that I posted this morning. You guys will have to let me know what you think of that style, where it's like the base image and then like a version of a video with that base image. Let me know if that kind of is helpful. I'm having fun with this new format. That framework is kind of going nicely this week. Oh, I lost you. Well, I know this phone is like a couple seconds behind, so you might be back on this phone. You know, this multi-streaming thing is a challenge for me over here because I'm on both phones and I was trying to figure out the camera this week, but I just ran out of time. I started cleaning in here and putting my glasses together. I'm like, yo, I should have about 20 more minutes. And it was like, oh, it's 11:59. I'm supposed to go live in 1 minute. All right, let me go grab everything off the charger, set up real quick. So it's kind of unorthodox today, but I'm glad everybody's here. One of those days.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
How has your experience been with Kling this week?
Playing has. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my video is going in and out, but yeah, Kling's been doing okay this week. It's uh, it's more so. Well, like you said before, you got to pay to play. So now that I'm paying, it does go quicker. And I also with the 1.5 update, I have seen that the text to video quality improve dramatically.
Um, mhm. Yeah, a lot. The quality is better in 1.5.
Yeah, by a lot. They're also
Yeah, it's not,
taxing.
it's not even close. But hey, you could say thank you to all of us for giving it all that data.
Right. They also taxing for it too.
Uh-huh.
Because the coin, because like they're on a coin structure. So
Uh-huh.
everything that was like I was because I usually do at least 10 seconds and two videos. So that's usually it was like 60 or 70. Now it's like 120 or 140 or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
they just doubled it. So I don't really agree with that. I think they need to go back and keep it to where it was.
I
price
agree.
wise. Because I mean, if you're charging for it, then that's what your charge rate is. If you get better, then you just keep doubling your prices. Then that's not sustainable.
It's
Especially
not.
since especially since it was kind of trash to begin with.
Well, and I'll say this. After they ran the 1.5 update, I noticed that my standard in 1.0 has significantly improved too, to where I don't have to run professional as often. Because, in 1.5, you can only run professional vids.
Right.
So, like you said, they're taxing you. So I started
Right.
like, let me refine this prompt structure and see if a more detailed prompt will give 1.0 more to work with, and see if I could just run standard. So all of the videos that I was running, with the exception of ones with text, are all in standard mode at 10 seconds. So it's only 20,
Right.
20 coins or whatever. But I typically, like I was saying before, I'll run a couple, and I'm doing image to video. I'm not even wasting time to text. I don't want to, like, I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so I'm giving it an image and, yo, direct it this way, do it this
Yeah.
way. And so I'm giving it enough images where it's like I'll have one character, but in three different poses, doing three different things. So one, this type of shot, a tracking shot, one an arcing shot, one a 360. Um, so it gives me enough to, if I want to use a template in CapCut, I have a full scene that I can make out of that 30 seconds, if you will.
Okay.
It's enough clips and cuts that I can make to make it look like a full developed scene. Does that make sense?
Yeah. 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 I haven't even gotten that far because I haven't been. They haven't been consistent enough to give me one good video. So I'm trying to still get that one. So I've been playing with like the same prompt and just seeing like what could help it.
Mm,
Um, 1.5 definitely has gotten better, but and this is another thing, another kind of knock against what their pricing structure. 1.5 does better quality, but you also have less features. Like
yeah,
you can't control the camera mode anymore.
yeah, I
Like
saw that.
if you go 1.5, but now you can't control the camera. So now you gotta the quality is there. You can't be as creative with the camera movement.
Yeah,
So and if you just let them do it by default, you're gonna get the same. You get four images with the with the same zoom. So it's like I can't make a full video out of that. So I got like out of all of the videos, I got maybe five that I can actually play with, but they're all unrelated. So I kind of just throw them in here and there where I can.
bro, do image to video. I promise. Your
No,
images
not
is
that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you something after the feed. I got you.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I'll send you something after the feed. And I just, like I said, I've been playing with it all week, so I didn't really want to talk about it quite yet. But I might have a sample in my clipboard. Let me see if I have a sample, and I'll post one in the chat. Yeah, here. I just dropped a sample of the type of prompt that I've been putting in the chat. They probably cut it off. I'll bet it cut it off.
Yeah.
So it's broken down. Let me see. Give me a sec. I'll read an example. Uh, Okay, so here's an example. So it starts with camera movement. The 360-degree rotation alternates between medium shots of the hacker and wide shots, revealing the depth of the alley. The camera briefly focuses on reflections in the wet pavement before zooming back out. Scene. The hacker is deep in concentration as people walk past, oblivious to his actions. The rotation enhances the depth of the alley, creating a cinematic atmosphere. Lighting. Cool blues from the neon signs contrast with the warm glow of the nearby shop windows. Occasional flashes from passing vehicles reflect on the hacker's screen. Style. Layered and cinematic, using the rotation to build atmosphere and context. So that was an example of what I'm putting in along with my image. So when I'm getting the results that I'm getting, that's why.
So you put all of that in there?
Yes,
Okay.
that's where ChatGPT, the two agents, they help a lot
Yeah.
because I need enough to give context to it on what type of scene I'm trying to build. Hey, and this is all credit to you. When you said to me, you're gonna have to start talking to it like a director, I took that literal. Oh, so what if we just used it as a tool like you would a director? Like you're directing the editor, you're directing the producer. You're just telling them, hey, do this, do it in this
Mm.
style, this motion, this movement from this way to this way. What if I started just expanding on what I already am explaining and try and use all 2,500 of the words that go in there? And the more I went from, hey, one simple sentence with two, the subject movement, the camera movement, then to the next framework where it's like, hey, here's a paragraph, to where this is like 4 paragraphs, and I'm only at like 800 words. With that, the one that I just read is maybe 800 words. What if you gave it
Right.
all 2,500 words, directing it on what scene you wanted to build? So when I'm using standard, that's what I'm putting in standard with one
Okay.
image.
Okay. So I wasn't
Yeah,
sure how much it could handle, but now that you say that,
that's what
I'm
I've
gonna
been
throw the
testing.
whole
That's
thing
why I'm
at it.
like, hey, the first framework, the second, okay, we got a new framework. Okay, let me get this together in terms of the format, test it, and see if it works across the board. Because I'm also testing Luma at the same time. I like Luma. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good stuff about Lomo.
Better with text
Okay.
by far. It's not even close.
Which is weird because Luma does a lot of morphing, but it has
I,
the text right.
that
Whereas Kling doesn't have the morphing, but morphs the text.
that part, I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, and I'll say that I'm bouncing back and forth between the two and using both because it's just as the editor, I need to learn how to work with this.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you have something, especially if you use an image to text, it's easier to keep the consistency between the two
Mhm.
platforms. If one does the text well, then you plug that in for that scene, and then you go back to Clean where you get the motion in, and
Uh,
then you mix it up. Toy just posted something that was really cool, and she said she was using both of them.
uh,
So it's
uh,
a really good demonstration of like use
I'll go
everything you got.
I'll go look. I've been kind of offline, so I gotta go dig through the group. I gotta go dig in because everybody's putting out fire, and I've seen. Um, I think it was. I think it's Leslie Blair that was doing an image and then his video version, and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I really like that. I like the presentation.
Mhm.
It's either him or it's Shelly that's in our group. Uh,
It's
one of
it's
the
hard because
two.
they both put a lot of fire.
Right. Right. It's one of the two, and credit to both. But one of the two of them, I've been seeing them do that, and I like that format of, here's the base image, but here's what I did with it video wise.
Yeah. Just showing what they can do because a lot of times people can be afraid of it, right? Because they're like, oh, I don't know how to get to that level. But if you're like, hey, you're already making an image, this is what you can make that image do. You know?
It's that.
Yeah.
That's really my brain is just like when I saw that video to video a week or two ago, my brain was just like, yo, do you know what you could do with that?
I'm
Wow.
glad they've gotten better with that because I have an app called Restyle. It's under the same creators that make Reface.
Mm,
They kind of got that they're an overseas company, but they got into a lot of lawsuits in the States, so that's why they probably slowed down. But
ah,
if they were doing the video to video, but the one you posted was way higher quality. Theirs
yo,
was more like a filter on top of it. So it's like your video, but then
I
just a
know what you're
filter.
talking about. I saw
Yeah.
something not like that in the feed, and I didn't commit it to memory what it was because it was like an overlaid filter over the top. It wasn't actually doing what I showed in the group that
Right.
runway Gen 3 video to video. That was cinematic. It clearly took
Right.
the same movements and put it in a different scene. This
Right.
this other app was like, hey, it just like overlaid something over the top so you could still see glitchy and movie chop. It was blocky.
Right. Very blocky. That's probably mine. So that's what okay. That technology's been out for like 2 or 3 years. So seeing
I
people like
know.
actually taking it to the next level is good to see. So when you showed me that, I went straight to their price list and they want 160 for the year.
Uh, well, and I'm like, yo, I'm literally 30 days in. That's why I just this weekend I was like, hey, I gotta edit because I'm at the 30-day mark. I need to give a 30-day kind of recap of how it's gone with not knowing anything about text to video or image to video and where I am 30 days later. And I haven't really done it every day, but I've been pretty consistent all month long on creating. I'm probably at maybe 200, 220 total overall videos.
Uh,
And over the month, I've just been kind of, okay, let me try and play around with it this way. Let me play around with it this way. I really like the, like what I sent you earlier this morning. I like
yeah.
that. I really like that format because it gives you a new, unique look. Most of the time, that style has still images like a slideshow kind of moving around. This gives a very different feel. So
Nice.
I like it. Hi, Adama. I see you're in the building. I see Eric
What's
is in the building.
happening?
I see
What's
Derek is
happening?
in the building. What's up, Chris? Thank you guys for being here. That's my airbrush crew. Those are my folks. Hey, I got something coming for y'all too. For real, for real. I actually reconfigured some stuff in the shop. I got ready. I'm ready. We're
Where
gonna
do
have
you
some
see
live streams.
where do you see
Huh?
them at? I only see Adama.
I'm seeing it. My comments are playing catch up.
Okay.
It's stormy here today too, so it's like it was raining when I came in the house. It was sunny for like 2 minutes. I hear the rain hitting up against the window, so like it's bipolar today. But not. I'll say after 30 days of using this, it's feasible for anybody to do video now. And
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I almost don't even want to post images anymore. I'm ready to
Hey,
just go. I'm
vid-
ready to just full force go over to video and just cut images.
video is king, bro.
Yeah.
This is where I was at this time last year
Mm-hmm.
when the AI was kicking off and like AI for the culture was popping. And bro,
Mm-hmm.
when I drop a video in,
Yeah.
it would get blocked. Oh, we don't do video here. No video. I was getting kicked out of groups for videos. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh, this is an image group, images only. And I'm like, oh, but these are AI images, and I'm making a video with an AI app. So
Right.
here we are
It's the images that are going into the video. So
with the AI app. And you talk about AI for the code. AI is more than just an image. I got AI audio, I got AI video,
right.
I got AI text, everything. Everything, all my tools is AI.
It's that piece. It's like, hey, almost everything in every step of the process has some form of me working with AI to get the end result. Almost every step in
Virginia.
the process, from talking through captions and comments and predictive text and prompt engineering and image generation and now video generation and editing and like all of it. Like there's AI in some step of the process, every step along the way.
I know I mentioned before my app captions.
Mm-hmm.
This has been like the biggest surprise app because all the apps kind of like when they have an AI feature, I like it, and then I go back into them and just get a surprise. So the video I sent you, where it's like actually me and like another person having a conversation, that app started off with me just feeding it a video and it just creates the captions. They took that to the next level
Yeah.
and creating AI twin video AI. I created my own AI twin
Uh-huh.
and you could create conversation between AI individuals. So it's like it's insane because I'm like I even tell people the name of it captions, but by default people don't think like that's an actual app.
Uh-huh. Well,
Or wha-
I was watching Nikki Saunders and she was talking about captions like almost
yeah,
a
yeah,
year and a half,
Nikki,
2 years ago. She'd been talking
yeah,
about that a long time.
yeah, yep. I think that's who I learned it from.
Uh-huh.
'Cause she was like, "Hey," 'cause at first she was on the fence with AI, and then she was like, "Hey, no, I'm all in." And she was like, it's recreating my entire creative experience." And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Boom, I'm in." If you do that, and the captions, and back then it was cheap. I'm like, "Oh, I'll take it." I feed it. So I had like 5 apps I was using to make one video
Mhm.
but like now they're all becoming together where it's like you don't need 5 apps. You only
At
need
that
3.
that
And
part.
if the iPhone says what it's supposed to do with Apple Intelligence, I might not even need 3 apps. I might just need 2 apps, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, and that's as we're getting new tech in real time, the need for some of the stuff that you needed a year ago has gone away.
Right.
Like that's part of why I was saying what I was saying about my process today. I'll tell you, like my portion of the process goes ranges from talking through concept with chat at the beginning all the way through the creative process from Midjourney to uh, Light Cut, CapCut, Kling, what else? Epidemic Sound is where I'm adding in my own tracks so that I can multi post on different platforms. But then even Jen, part of the process where she uses make.com for some multi automated postings, like there's AI in every step of the process, but it's us working with the AI.
Right.
So
Right.
it became important for me to make it to where I can translate how it helps versus just telling people, hey, yo, you're gonna get left behind if you just don't use it. If you
Right.
just don't use it, so you're gonna get left behind. But I'm now articulating it in a way of here's how I'm using it and how it benefits me as either a creator or entrepreneur or as an individual. Like I'm teaching my mom to use
Mhm.
ChatGPT and how to train her chat. Like she's really actually buying in. So it's like the older generation is resistant to it until they actually see how beneficial it can be and how it levels the playing field. And so it's been important to like, here, let me show you. Like I could
Right.
say it all day, but let me show you.
Right. And no, that's a good point. Like my manager, she's like in between. She understands the value of it, but doesn't actually use it. So she's like
Mhm.
the perfect manager. She was like, "Oh no, I like it. You do it for me." Like, hey, you're right. You're good at the AI stuff. Can you do this? Can you do that? But then she's gotten to the point where it was like she was having a conversation and she was actually talking about me and saying, "Well, if you want to do that, you can use AI. You can use ChatGPT." But then they asked her like, "Okay, how?" And she said she she drew a blank because it always be her like handing it off to me to do it. But then she was like, "So
Uh,
how do you do it?" She was like, "I know it can do it, but how?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And she was like, "I want to do this." And I just type exactly what she said and hit enter. And then it tells you something. And then I'm like, "Okay, so what do you want?" I'm like, "It's just having that conversation and it'll do exactly what you want. The more clear you are, the better the results will be."
and that's a journey if I'm
It
gonna
is.
be honest about it. And I know you and I have talked behind closed doors, but even my comfort level at the beginning of the process, just as an artist, I was like, yo, it can do everything I can do. Way
Right.
faster.
Way
Okay,
faster.
I gotta figure out how do I incorporate this because it can replace today, right now, everything that I can do from a creative perspective. So I need to put more of me into how I use it. And
Right.
the image, the AI Lewis was born. It's like, okay, I gotta figure this out. And how do I blend the two? Uh, because we're just not going backwards. We're just not.
It's
And
not.
that's what a lot of creators are 12 months ago they were learning about AI, but now a year later, as we're going into the same busy season, yo, they ready this year. They've got their websites set up and ready. They've got their products set up and ready. And they've got the offering set up and ready because they've adapted to using AI as a tool to help them be more efficient, reach more people. They view the they view the interactions on social media differently, even.
Right.
Excuse me. So yeah, it's a journey. I know for me it took a lot to get comfortable with giving AI more of my creative thoughts, but once I really got into the training process of, hey, each of these chats is going to need to be structured differently and have different training materials because I need them to do different things, but all kind of overlap. All right, I need to give it more info about how I want this to work.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just going to give me generic, and I'll be in the middle of the pack with everybody else. And I
Right.
want to get ahead of the pack, or at least be in that top. Yo, if I can be in the top 25% of all bottle makers, I'll be okay. I'll cut into everybody's market share eventually. If everybody who's generating images, if I can be in the top 25% of all everybody who makes an image, if I can just be seen in that top 25%, all right, then I can cut into everybody's market share long term. it's a long-term game, and we're not all doing it for the same reasons.
Right.
And we're not even all in the same industries,
Right.
but we have similar shared experience in, hey, we gotta market, we have to present it, and we have a lot of images, like a lot.
Right.
My phone is screaming at me to take stuff off of it, and it's time for the monthly upload to the hard drive. It's at like 98% as of yesterday. Like a lot of images, and now video. Like I think I edited 12 videos yesterday from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Uh, some more complex than others, and at the same time, in real time, going into Kling and, hey, I need this one to move this way, and I need, let me run these, and then I'll come back because I'm going to be editing over here, and just cooking in batches like that.
Right.
I'm looking at it from the perspective of, there are some of the people that are in our group that are already full-time entrepreneurs, so they can dedicate a portion of their time to doing their marketing. Yo, I don't have that luxury, so I have to double up so I can be competitive. So it
Right.
looks like in the feed, I just go crazy in the feed, but it's like, hey, I only have so much time to actually get through this process. And on top of that, I gotta edit my live stream too.
Right.
And I do this on multiple platforms. Speaking of which, I don't think I told everybody, but I started a Leadership Lounge official channel. So all of the Kling videos, yo, you can find them there. And I made a playlist. So it's just going to be easier for us long term, but I need it to be structured in a certain way across all the platforms. That part is just time consuming
Right.
to get to the next level. You guys only see me on Facebook, but it's like, hey, I'm also on YouTube twice. I'm on Facebook twice. I'm on Instagram twice. I have a fan base account. We do have a what's it called? Threads account, but I'm not. I mean, they just get what they get. But like,
Right.
I'm doing. I'm using all those platforms, but they get similar content. It's just structured a little differently. So no single piece of content is duplicated the same on another platform. So that part is just hard. Like it's a challenge that nobody talk about. I know you're on Insta because I see you. I see you on Instagram. I saw
So I was
Shelly
on
Alexander this week over on Instagram.
I was on Insta really first when it was
Uh,
like, well, I was on Facebook for sure, but Facebook was more so for Facebook stuff. And then
mm,
Instagram, I was really promoting a business and the images on Instagram, but I just got tired of chasing that algorithm. They
you know,
kept changing it.
God,
They kept changing it. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So then I went back to Facebook because it's easier to maneuver anyway. And then I started
uh,
getting more traction. And that's when like it was around this time last year where the AI images started cooking. So I was
yeah.
like, oh,
Bugs
it
Bunny with
really
grills.
so then I'm like,
Betty
oh, let me
Boop
go
with
over here.
tattoos and chains. Yeah, it was wild a year ago. Will Smith eating spaghetti with AI video last year. The Rock eating rocks.
Yeah,
Just think about how far things have come in that 12 months.
a lot. Yeah, a lot. So I mean, I'm looking at the older images and I'm like, the detail, the clarity, the resolution has gotten better. Uh, Well, I think I should totally see mine because this time last year I was only using Dali before it
Uh,
became ChatGPT Dali.
hmm
And comparing that to Midjourney is just, I mean, that's a no-brainer. So just seeing the difference and the growth over the years is just good.
Well, even looking at my version 5 images this time last year versus version 6.1s this year, and it's lights out. It's
Right.
crazy. And you told me about Midjourney's upcoming updates, and I'm like, so I might not need Kling in a couple months.
But what they said, I think they got a while to go. They did not put
I don't
any
know.
sense of time frame. It sounds like it's gonna be a while.
But think about what you were saying. You
Oh,
may
right.
not need 5 apps, you may need 3.
Right. Right. We won't have to go to Kling, Luma. We don't have to go to Midjourney, then take Midjourney to Kling, and then Kling
Correct.
and or Luma. Yeah, hopefully, like we were talking before, like I was hoping if Kling could just be absorbed by Midjourney because they don't really
I'm
know what the fuck
saying
they doing over there as a whole. Like they got a
that.
good model, but they don't have a good business structure. Their
Yeah.
website sucks. Their payment platform sucks. Which how do you have that? You're charging the money, but the payment platform sucks.
Mhm.
Um, they have a good
They're
model.
scaling in real
They
time.
have a
They're
good
doing it in
model.
real time.
Right, right. But I'm saying like I can tell they don't even have the right people to
That
even build it
part.
out. So although they're the quality of the images are good and it's getting catching up, their business structure isn't catching up. Like they should have a I mean, that's almost like an early 2000s PayPal, like eBay server that they're using. Like,
Even their
come on,
Instagram page, I
it's
I
trash.
don't
Like,
understand. I'm saying this respectfully. I'm not saying it to shoot shots at all. That's not what we're doing.
no, no, no.
Just giving some perspective from a peer business owner perspective. The presentation on Instagram at the place where they're going to get the most traction, they're not even putting the Kling videos together to present the product. The graphics for the updates look like early on. I just learned how to use Canva.
Right, right,
So they don't have all the internal pieces in place. I know that they don't. And it's like, yo, you try to give grace, if you will, but it's like, hey, some of those things should have been put in place to begin with.
right,
Yo, you got to
right.
market the product, right? You
You
have
got
to.
to. And I mean, I can see it. I mean, I give them another month. I give them another month. If I don't see improvements, then it's like I don't think they're gonna be a full contender in the long term because
Right.
you gotta make it pretty. I mean, I don't all the brains in the world, if it's not pretty, the product won't get pushed out. It
Yeah.
gotta be pretty. And it gotta be easy to pay. Like you gotta have it. There's some bare bones. Like just because you got a good product, if it's hard to maneuver the site and if it's hard to pay and it doesn't look pretty, people gonna like, shy away from it, Especially like
Yeah.
this is an innovative product. It's not like we're selling a car where
Right.
everybody that has a car, like, oh, I don't need a salesman. I already know the car I want. This is a brand new product. This is something that everybody isn't used to yet. This is new
Uh,
for everybody,
yeah.
so you got to make it pretty, got to have another set of eyes that are like, okay, that doesn't look good. Let's make it look better.
Well, and that ties into what we have tried to talk about in the group about how watching some of these examples should be lessons for us as business owners. This these guys have a great product. Well, they have a good product. It's new. It's not similar to other stuff that's on the market, but you got to get it to the people in a presentable manner.
Right.
So when you're posting these images or you're posting these products that you're offering as marketing material, your posts matter. You don't
Right.
know what eyes are watching. So you have to every post put the best foot forward. So no mid images, no half done edits. The live stream needs to improve. I can't show up late. Yo, and I'm accountable too. Yo, I can't
Right.
show up late to my own live stream. I was 6 minutes late. That's on me. So now at the end, I owe you guys 6 minutes. Like that's me being accountable on my end, but it's like, hey, that's how you get better. That's how you are consistent and showing the audience and sometimes the other companies that are watching you to maybe
Mhm.
collaborate or partner.
Right. Right.
They're watching everything you post.
Yep.
So you have to put your best foot forward.
And they really are, because especially when you sign up for these apps now, they want your handles. They want your handles because they're looking at you. They're looking at you.
Yo, they want you to make content for them. Hey,
I
which is
was I was
I,
just talking to Leslie. I was giving him some back because he uses Photoleap. And I was like, I can't believe those images you're making came out of Photoleap. I had Photoleap, and I just once they got more mature, they unbundled all of their packages. I kept Videoleap, but I didn't keep Photoleap. And now it's spitting out
no.
images that are fire. Like I was like, dude, I
Yo,
can't even believe like you're putting stuff out. Photoleap is putting stuff out like that. I wish they'll put that into the image generator in Videoleap because they definitely not using the same model. But
mhm.
Videoleap, I want to say it's been several apps that I've used that they've paid me for my input. So I used it so much and they watched me where they paid me. Well, Videoleap, I ended up getting a lifetime membership just for like they paid me once for the survey, and then they asked me something again. I'm like, can I get that lifetime? And I just asked them, like, can I get that lifetime? And they was like, we'll see what we can do. Refaced it the same thing. I was on the beta and they banned it in my region. I was like, hey, look, I've been here from the beginning. Can I get something? And they was like, "Hell, we'll give you a lifetime for Restyle," and that's the one that does the video AI. So these apps are watching. So like
Yeah.
when they ask you for a survey, do it, especially if you're really active on it, because they're paying attention. And when you put something out there like a recommendation, they're listening. If you ask them for something, they're paying attention. They got AI generators on their end too, looking at the data, so they know who their power users are. Like
Uh-huh.
CapCut. When CapCut sends you that message saying, "Oh, we want you to be a template creator," that just means you created like 500 videos. Like it's not like
Uh-huh.
they're just saying who's the power users, and they put you in
That,
another grouping, and they put you
but
in another group.
that's marketing for them
Right. Exactly.
on their end as a
Ex-
business. And
That's their
that's the
that's
piece
their
that I'm like, hey, we have to start having those business conversations on, hey, look at how they are doing it at a different level. And we're
I,
doing the same activities as new creators, new businesses. Look at how they're maneuvering. Look at how they're treating marketing and look at how they get user generated content. Look at the way they're doing that. The people are already using the product.
right.
You know, just throw our name on it.
Right. You could keep doing it. Keep doing it a lot more. Keep doing
Tag
it a lot
us.
more.
Tag
Look at
us
Tik. Look
using
at
this
TikTok.
hashtag.
TikTok put their logo 2 times on every video they pump out. Every video.
You know,
Every video.
I
And
just
your
noticed.
handle.
I just noticed they started doing there's a second AI. What did it say? It said something in the top left corner where it was like AI
Generated.
something. It said something, and I was like, "Yo, that's different." So now I have CapCut something that I got to remove on one corner, and this one's new. And but it's like, oh, so that makes it a little more challenging on the editing end because I don't want that stuff in my video, yo. When I
Right.
post that on the platform, yo, let me say this to the editors out there of the short form content. Please delete the CapCut end card. Please, please, please delete the CapCut end card. I want to say, if I watch a fire video and it gets all the way to the end, I won't rewatch it if it has the CapCut end card. I can't share it out to other platforms because it has the CapCut logo in the end card at the end. So the content gets
Put your
demoted by the algorithm because there's another logo. Please cut that end card out. Please. Sincerely,
or
management.
make it wrong. Make it wrong. Like don't
There's
have
plenty of
theirs.
those.
Make your own end card.
Yeah,
CapCut makes end cards. Like they you could make it in CapCut, but make sure you take that CapCut one off too. But by default,
please.
if you go into the settings, you could turn it
Yeah,
off.
I know.
And you could go
I'm
into the settings,
trying to
turn it off.
enlighten another creator who's haven't figured that part out. Please just, even if you click it on the timeline and just click delete, just take that part off.
Right. They let you take it off.
I know.
They let you. Like TikTok is challenging to get it off of TikTok. If you're making your videos in TikTok, some people are. It's
Autumn
like
is
you
like,
have to.
I'm dying.
What
Not for
and then
real. Like, we're
the sound effect like doo-doo-doo. Like
that.
they even got
It's that.
doo-doo-doo.
It's that. I'm like, I can't even. I'll hit like and or love or whatever my reaction is, and I'll comment, but I can't share it though. So yeah, I just, as we're moving forward into video, we've got to set a standard. Also, it's hard. I told you I had a filmmaker friend who will remain nameless that called me on the phone and asked me, "Yo, how did you do that? That's AI, right?" And it's like, "Yeah." How'd you do that? And it's like, oh, I'm just,
Right.
and I told, just like I do here, hey, I use this, and then I did this, and then I did that. That's a lot of work, he said. Well, yeah, but I like the results. And he's like, yo, could you do it again? And it's like, I do this like every day. He's like, yo, people are watching. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah.
People are watching. And it's
Yeah.
like, hey, every piece of content has to get a little better every single time. Every live stream that I do every week, I want to improve just a little bit, just a little bit. So with the content in the feed, we're at a point where these videos are your commercials. Like, view them now. She said, I busted out. Thank you from management. Yes. Virginia, have a wonderful night. I hope you're starting to feel better. I know this crud that has been going around. Everybody's been getting sick. So yeah, take care. Everybody take care of themselves this week. Uh,
Yeah.
Uriah,
If you believe in it,
give us where the people can find you on socials so that we can kind of get a flow to this where this is your time to do CTAs and tell the people where they can find you at.
on Facebook, you can find me under Uriah Muhammad. I think the profile name is Mr. Uriah, or the business page, Profit Productions. Also on Instagram, it's profit.productions.ai. Those are the two main ones. And if you go there, there's also a link page where it kind of breaks down the services I provide. Outside of the AI images, I actually provide like business services. I do accounting. I'm an accountant by trade, so I offer like business advisory services. More, most popular tax services. We're coming up on tax season. Bookkeeping, It's kind of late in the season for bookkeeping, but usually after I do the taxes, they probably want to get the bookkeeping in because if you do your bookkeeping, your taxes are cheaper. It's just simple as that, and it's a lot easier, and it's not a hassle. You already know what you are going in. Also provide like business advisory services or like depending on where you are in your business, I could help you take it to the next level. So let's say you might be doing a little something here. You might be selling something like selling, let's say, plates out the house, but it's not formalized. I help you get the LLC. I help you get your business structure, get your employees under W-2 or 1090 or uh, contract workers, and it all depends on how you want it. But help you get to the next level. If you're already at that level, I help you develop like strategies to get to the next level. So we set goals, we attain the goals, and then we set new goals. So that's a business more like coaching, advisory, accountability services, or just basic bookkeeping stuff like that, and content creation, which most of you guys know me best from the content creation. So I'm a photographer as well. So I have a photography business. I have like 3 contract photographers under me, a couple of videographers, a drone pilot. So whatever you kind of need, we can kind of produce that. That's all I got. That's it. That's all I'm sharing for right now.
I got you. I definitely want to make sure that like every time you pop on, I want to make sure that we do this at the end where it's like, hey, where can the people find you? Um, it's good that they get to know you outside of the group and what else you do because I get to talk to you and we get to talk about all that stuff. But I think it's important that we start to talk about some of the other services that you offer because it's coming up on that time where a lot of people are going to need this to really make the jump.
Right.
So
Right.
we've had you as a resource the entire time and haven't really talked about it. So I do think that it's important. Like every time you pop on, I want to give you the opportunity to like talk about what else you do other than creating images and videos, which is what most people see. So
No, I appreciate that. And thank you for I don't say it enough. And my wife says the same thing. Like, you don't sell it enough. Tell them, try to sell them. I'm like, when people want it, they'll find me. You know, when they
yeah.
want it, they'll find me. So no, but I do
But
gotta get
this
this.
is how we help them find you.
Yeah,
This part.
I appreciate it.
Of course, always, man. I know for me, you can find me on Facebook at Lewis Marshall. You can find me at Marshall Artistry. You can find us on Instagram at Marshall Artistry at underscore Marshall Artistry. You can find me on YouTube at Marshall Artistry, and now you can find us Leadership Lounge Official on YouTube. And you can also find me on Fanbase at Marshall Artistry, which is another hub for information. So, yeah, we are really trying to refine our product offering next year. So, we're really going full tilt boogie. I know I spent time to move this stuff around, but we got new bottles coming. I got a, a, another event that's coming up here pretty quick. So I'm working on wrapping up a couple of metal panels. Really, really important commission that it's got a little more loose timeline, but it is really coming along nicely. So we're almost done with commissions for this year. So if you are looking for me to airbrush a custom bottle or bottles, definitely get your orders in ahead of time because we are going to be prepping for a craft fair November 30th and 31st at the Hawaii Okinawan Center. You can find us in slot 202. We'll be right near the front this year, so you won't have to look too far. Shout out to Caro for getting us hooked up over there, but we're going to be over there for a full weekend and got a lot of new interesting designs that are coming up. Hopefully, you and I can work on that thing that we talked about. I don't want to say what it is, but hopefully we can work on that thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um, you got anything for the group for this upcoming week?
I don't have anything. I want to know what does the group want from us? Like, what can we put out to make the group better?
I'm
I'm
with you.
always open for suggestions or just business as usual. Like I said, I got some flings and brewing. It's Halloween, so I'm
Mhm.
putting out the spooky stuff.
Yep, me too.
Uh,
That's my personal opinion. I think that we need to cling Halloween group video challenge. That's kind of where my head is
yeah,
at.
let's go, let's go.
I don't
Spookier the
mind doing the
better.
master. We can collab on the master edit where we put all the spooky cling videos all in one, like a one full video. I'll
Right.
donate some time to doing the master edit.
That
I'm
works.
up
That
for it.
works.
That gives us like a couple of weeks to get all the videos together.
So we
I'm game
start
for
this
it.
week and then do next week.
Yeah.
What this week
Um,
and then next week?
yeah, 7 day window for all video submissions.
Okay, okay. That
That gives
works.
everybody time to generate however many they want. We just got to figure out where everybody's going to send them to. So details to come. Details to come.
Right.
And I think that would be a fun way to, as a group, just close out the month strong with all of the new stuff that we've learned over the last really 2 months for me. And we haven't done a challenge for a while, like a real challenge.
Right. No, we haven't.
It's been a while.
We might need some prizes too. Like we gotta make it for
I'm
legit.
saying I'm game for that. Yo, you know what? I'll put up a bottle. I'll put up a custom water bottle. I think I got a design that I can put together between now and the end of the month. Yeah, I'll put up a bottle.
That work.
I like it. Hmm,
Maybe a bottle and a one-on-one session.
I like it. Yeah,
We could do
let's
that. We could do that.
between me and I'm reading Autumn's comments. So like, oh,
She
yeah.
is
Hey, let's me
crazy.
and you get together and figure out details and get something posted this week. Even if we give extra time for them to get the video in. Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, let's chat. Yeah,
All
let's
right, that
chat.
works.
Awesome. All right. With that, I hope everybody has a great week. I know this is becoming the norm. You got two hosts now. You got two hosts now. I appreciate you, brother Uriah. It's
For
always a
sure.
pleasure. Um,
For sure.
everybody have a great week. If you need anything from me, you can just reach out, either DM or hit me in the comments. And look forward to seeing everybody's amazing artwork this week and videos. Videos. I want to see more videos from y'all. That's what I want from y'all. More videos. Aside from that, I guess I am out of here and I will holler. I love y'all. Always. Peace.